Hello, and welcome to Nebraska Entertainment Monthly. My name is Elijah Fitzpatrick, and this is
Cael, Hospodka.
all right. And we're going to be talking about how we got involved with NEAM, Nebraska Entertainment Monthly, and also kind of how we kind of got into this industry at this young of an age. So, Cael, I want to ask you first, how did you get involved with NEAM?
I first met Paul, who created NEAM, when we both worked on the feature film, The Snack Shack. And then, I don't know, maybe a year after that, he sort of like put it together, and I've been helping him out periodically ever since with taping these. I'll work the switchboard or with projects that we're making coming soon.
Yeah.
So, how about yourself?
Well, I got a similar thing. It was mainly like Paul reached out to me and said we're putting this like team together, like the Avengers, and he said, "All right, I want to get you involved." I was like doing stuff on the switchboard in the studio and helping with the cameras and stuff. Then I was writing for him, or he read some of my stuff, and I made a short at the time, and he liked that, and he thought I'd be good. He said I have the mind of a writer. So we took that and ran with it, and now I'm writing a bunch of short scripts for him that you're directing one of them coming up in this December. Do you want to talk about that kind of process, how that's going?
Yeah, so I came up with the idea probably in December because getting into this industry initially, I didn't really know where to look to for the structure of a crew and how it works and what to expect going into my first job. So I kind of want to fill that void or give that information to people that have the same questions and concerns that I did, and make it more accessible to people. And so yeah, I sort of initially pitched that to Paul in December or January, and I sort of put a treatment together and made a proposal and pitched it to him, yourself, Nathan, and a couple other folks. And yeah, we're getting the ball rolling on that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. I'm a little nervous for it, but you wrote the script at the centerpiece of it, which is called The Burning of a Beggar, right? Is that the official title?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so that's been taking up quite a bit of my time. But yeah, I was going to ask you if you were able to divulge how you got started in the industry.
Well, so I got started, I guess officially like last year, when I worked on like a bunch of like student films and like local people, but it wasn't like officially in the industry. Then I saw a Facebook post like looking for like an office PA or something, which I'm so glad I didn't end up doing that, but they eventually got me on set.
Office PA isn't for you?
No, I like the craziness. I like the insanity of it. I think a desk job is too boring for me,
Okay.
Life's too short. You can't work a desk job forever. No, I worked on the set and you were there. I feel like at first I had no idea what to do. It was very overwhelming.
Exactly.
But I'll ask you, I guess, a bit about your experience, because you did a movie before me, Snack Shack. You
Correct.
said you had a similar kind of thing where it was all very new and overwhelming, and there's a lot of questions to ask, and there still is. Like, even though we've been doing this for like about a year, you've been doing it like a year now.
About a year. Yeah.
So there's still a lot to learn, obviously. But yeah, it's feel both pretty, not to speak for you, but pretty like confident in.
Now you're saying you're confident?
Yeah, in like at least the PA work and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd say that for myself too.
Yeah, what was it like getting involved with the Snack Shack and how you?
So I've been wanting to work in film my whole life, and I had graduated from high school at Pepin Vista North Monarch High School, and I was doing a semester of college at Metro, but I'd already worked. We went to school together at Metro a little bit with Bob Moss, and we created stuff together, and after I did a semester of gen eds, I guess you call them prerequisite classes, I was like, college is not my thing. I didn't get into UNL's Emerging Media Arts Johnny Carson program. so I was like, maybe it's time for me to move to another state where the business is booming. And I was talking to my parents, and my mom actually said, well, have you looked at Facebook groups? And I started looking through that, and I found the Nebraska Film Association page. And through there, I found a post that Aaron Parks posted about the Snack Shack and that they needed PAs and certain other things filled. And also around that time, for about a year, I was working with Vest Visual, so I kind of had some experience, but nothing where I was on like an official film set or a commercial set. And yeah, I had a couple phone calls with the producers, and from there, I just jumped right in. And like we were talking about, I had no idea what to expect, had a million questions, and a lot of people had expectations of what I had to do that I wasn't aware of. So I had to be thrown in the fire, thrown in the water, and figure out how to swim.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was about a 2 or 3 month long shoot, and in the grueling Nebraska summer heat. And yeah, that's where I met Paul, and we've been working together ever since. We worked on a feature after that, Going for Two, which me and you worked on. That was your first feature, right? And then yeah, so the fun it continued on a second feature for me. Yeah, and then after that, I was working with Great Plains. So
Yeah, that Great Plains stuff is pretty. It's not super consistent. Like obviously there's like dead periods, but
sure,
when you're on it, you do know what to expect. So it's it is kind of nice to have that connection. For like those who don't know, Great Plains is the production company that does like a lot of commercials in like
Omaha.
the Omaha area. And one of the producers there is Greg Lilly, who we believe you met him too on Going for Two.
Yeah, the first time I met him was on Going for Two. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess he liked our work, and we reached out to him and kind of bugged him a little bit and see if we could get on, and he did eventually let us kind of work those jobs. So we're usually the two PAs he has on all his shoots now.
Yeah. So for me it was Snack Shack, and then from there I had some confidence in being a PA. Then I was a key set PA on Going for Two.
Yeah.
And then working under Greg Lilly, who was the second AD on that feature film. From that, he has me as key set PA on Great Plains Productions, and he has you as a PA on those as well. So, yeah, they've been good experiences, and they all have their different feels, because a feature is very intense, long period of filming, and commercials, I mean, they're still intense, but not as intense as a feature, and they all have their different challenges, but have their similarities at the same time.
Yeah.
So let's get back to talking about Neem. So once we started with Neem, what would you say was our first sort of endeavors with them?
Well, it was mainly, if I remember correctly, we wanted to get like the first episode shot, so we had that to kind of show it a bit, and Paul wanted to get like a small team together. So like obviously we were there helping. He had Nathan involved, and he had like an assistant, and he brought some people together that were like local creatives, and like kind of tell them what we're doing, see how they want to get involved. He even did like a cookout at one point, and like to get a lot of people there, just kind of have fun, get some connections, to shoot some stuff like that. So it's very much like a community type. Well, Neem is mainly to help like the community of local filmmakers, get them all together, and we get like this kind of book of like all their like numbers and ways to contact them. So we have everybody there, and we all want to be on the same page, because it's very hard to, around here at least, to get like involved with certain shoots and stuff like that. So a lot of times you have to
like
go.
If you don't know somebody.
Yeah, because a lot of times you have to go searching for it, or you just have to be really lucky to know somebody.
Right.
If you don't know that one person, you're not going to get on it.
Right.
So it's a very tough thing. So that's what Paul said he wanted to do, and I admire him for that. So I think it's get there fully at some point.
I think our both of our first things that we were involved with Neem was a recording at the studio.
Yeah.
Who was the first guest? Was it? I think it was Jake Vest, wasn't
it? I think it was the day where we did like.
Well, we had a
was it
testing day.
Yeah, was it the? I don't know if I was there for the testing day, but was it the Cael and Justin?
Oh yeah,
too,
you're
where
right.
They came
You're
in?
right. Yeah.
I think it was them. Then Jake was after that.
So it was a slow takeoff where we were getting used to the space and the equipment and everything that we can do with it, with the studio, and then we were doing tapings with people involved in the industry in Omaha or Nebraska in general, but. Yes, it was the hands.
The hands. Oh yeah, the hands. We were just taking the pictures of the hands. Yeah,
That's true.
That's true. That was fun.
But going forward from that was interviews like this where Paul is he was the what do you call it? The host.
Yeah.
And would interview local filmmakers or people that are relevant in the filmmaking industry in Omaha. And yeah, after doing those sorts of things, we are moving forward with more creative endeavors. So like me and you've been writing scripts, and we sort of pool our resources together to like help each other out, show it to Paul and Nathan and other people to get their opinions, their reviews, their notes, and improve our process, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to move up the ladder and not stay in the PA role.
Yeah.
So what is that like? What has that been like for you? That the writing process and working with other people within Neem to improve.
I like it a lot. You know, I like the creative side of this kind of part of the industry. So I like being able to show my stuff and get like feedback and all that. Paul told me to write like 10 short scripts between like 2 and 15 pages. So it's not too hard, because it's not, you know, some can be really short. They don't have to be like super like in depth, but some of them are like ones I'm really like passionate about, and I feel like it was pretty easy to get them done. There were we had like meetings where we would like read through a script, and they would like give like input and stuff like that, and I like being able to tell them all this and stuff like that. Just be able to like have the work seen and the potential that it could be something we produce someday. And obviously we're planning on getting one done in December, so hopefully that goes well. But yeah, what's the process of kind of, for you, I know you've written some stuff, but you're mainly like the kind of planner, because you got like ideas for Neem episodes, then also for how we can incorporate Neem into this movie in December. So like, what's your plan kind of for that?
In regards to my project, or what do you mean?
I guess like, what's the for like your project, when you're gonna do it, you had like episodes in mind to show like each part of the production process. So it's kind of
right. So it's currently planned at being approximately 10 episodes, and the first and last one will be. So the first episode is going to be the developmental process with the Zoom meetings that we've had, and the notes that are being given, and the things that we do to develop the idea into a reality. And then the final episode is kind of like the summary of what we put together. But in between those is the episodes that showcase each department and what they actually do on a film set. So like, because at the center of it is your script that we're filming. The script being filmed by the departments and the department heads is what's being displayed. So it'd be how the director and the DP have the vision, and then how they articulate that vision to the department heads, and then from there what they do to the people beneath them, and how they carry out their actions and to achieve the goals. So yeah, each one each one shows that, and yeah, I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
And before that, we've got the 48-hour film challenge, which starts this upcoming weekend.
Friday, yeah.
And kind of testing out our team and my directing, your writing, Paul's producing, Nathan's AD, and yeah, testing out the team and seeing what we can do. I'm curious, after we do these endeavors, what is something that you're looking forward to doing or tackling after these couple things?
Outside of Neem or
Yeah.
in Neem?
Or
Well, I
both.
I have like ideas for stuff I want to do, like mainly like on social media, YouTube, TikTok, stuff like that. I like engaging with like communities a lot, so whatever that may be. I can't get too much into detail, but I guess you'll have to see. But just stuff like that where I can work on my own stuff, because I like working with groups like this, but also like projects where I can just kind of work a little more independently.
Sure.
And then writing more and trying to get more stuff shot and like acting more. I want to pursue like more comedy things. I always thought of like things like stand up as something I wanted to do.
You're trying out stand up?
Stand up potentially, yeah.
I could see you doing that.
Yeah, I could do that. But the only venue I could get is like the homeless shelter. that I could read out my stuff.
I'd show up.
You show up? You'd be the
I'd
one?
be homeless, yeah.
You'd be homeless just for me? Oh
Yeah.
my God. That's real friendship right there. Oh, you'll be the only one I'm going to make laugh in there, I think.
Everyone else is just going to be like, what is he talking about?
They're going to, yeah. I don't have a joke for that.
So you want to try stand up? You want to
like-
try more smaller scale, like social media type,
Yeah.
like things? Because
Stuff-
I've seen the two things you directed prior to this that you upload. Did you upload both on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those a lot. Really, really well made. I was really surprised when you made that, how funny they were.
Yeah.
Like can I say it? Can I talk about that?
Yeah, you can talk
The
about it.
Discord mod one was hilarious.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me about your idea, and I was like, that sounds hilarious.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, you putting together a team and directing that yourself was impressive. And I remember showing a lot of people that I'm friends with, like, look at this, this is awesome. And showing Greg and Jake was fun. But yeah, so what else? So more things of that nature?
Yeah, I like a lot of things with comedy. I like writing scripts that have a lot to say, but they can be very funny, Kind of like the sad clown of scripts where it's presented very funny, but, there's something a lot more that's not as funny going on beneath the surface, But yeah, I'd love to get a direct something like with you or make something like that where it's maybe not even with like Neem, it's just like us doing something small and funny and just weird. I have like ideas we could definitely do, but yeah, you've like been pitching me ideas earlier this year, or maybe it was like late last year. You came to me and was like, we should maybe do something together, which I was actually thinking the same thing. Like, you like wanted to do like a short every month or like a script every month, and you had like some stuff kind of planned out and made. Do you have plans for making those in the future, or do you have anything cooking right now outside of Neem?
I'm cooking.
Yeah, someone cooked here.
I'm cooking.
Let him cook.
I've been cooking up some ideas. I followed through on one of them, the cigarette one.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize till after I shot it, because I wanted to upload it to social media. And the song that I had in mind that I put together in the edit is copyrighted, so I can't upload it.
Oh, dang. I could have re-edited. I could have put like royalty-free like music over that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, and then upload it. Cause yeah, my goal was to direct something once a month and upload it, but I only did that once. So now I hate myself.
Don't hate yourself. If this movie you make in December is really good, then it's better than 12 movies.
In theory, if I do 10 episodes, yeah, it's something like that. But yeah, so I don't know what to talk about next.
Well, I guess what's your like main goal in the future? What do you want to do career-wise in this? Where do you want to be 10 years from now?
In 10 years, I'd like to be directing. Like, I want that to be my profession.
Yeah.
But the way I am strategizing my career is if I don't get there directing, or if I end up changing like where I want to be. I'm like, I don't actually want to do this anymore. I'm not as passionate about it anymore. I'm okay with following the production ladder to AD or a coordinator or a producer or something of that nature.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like to be a director. And the same goes for you. Wouldn't you say, or?
Yeah, I like to write and direct and like have some sort of like screen presence, some way, not necessarily like an actor, but like, you know, like comedic kind of actor or doing like stand-up stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know if I would want to climb the ladder necessarily, cause I feel like
your game.
Yeah, I would like to make my own stuff and kind of like, you know, hit it around and kind of take off outside of that, then be able to get in. I guess just a little more fun that way, but it's a little riskier. That's for sure.
It's riskier because my whole thing is, well, I can pay my bills in the industry.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work out as a director, it's hard to pay your bills. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I've been having a great time with Great Plains, especially. Very, very good team. Greg Lilly's a great leader.
Yeah.
But with Neem, Paul is a great leader, and having him as for leadership is really conducive to a good working environment and creating creative and engaging. I don't want to say products, but end results, like end result videos.
Yeah.
Because I think everything that we've made in the studio and then stuff that we're gonna make has been, I feel like, all because Paul put together a great environment for us to get together and share our ideas. But I don't know what to say.
Well, I agree with you. I think Paul's a great leader. I think Greg's a great leader. I feel like that man can do no wrong. I feel like that man cannot sin. I feel like I can't see him do anything like illegal. But yeah, they're all great. It's a good kind of little like community around here. You work with a lot of the same people,
right?
On certain projects.
Yeah.
The
network is extremely important though, because it is all about who you know. But Neem is about bridging that gap of not having to really bend over backwards or break any rules in order to. Oh, I have to impress this guy because he's up there and get grandfathered in or some sort of old school antiquated stuff. Seduce.
Seduce him. Yeah.
You gotta seduce him.
That's how I do it. Yeah.
You seduce him?
Well, I wouldn't call it seducing. Really. It's more like a wrestling. It's more like a. He kind of filed like a restraining order.
Okay. That only happened once though.
Yeah.
That's in the past. It's in the past.
Yeah, learn from my mistakes. Right there. Don't be seducing producers.
But that's why Neem exists, to help people network and make it more accessible to get into the industry.
Yeah.
And if it had existed a year or year and a half ago, it would have been a tremendous resource to my career. I can only speak for myself, but it would have been great to be able to meet people that can get me work and meet the right people that are nice enough to give you a chance or help you with your skills.
Yeah.
And I'm lost again.
Yeah. Well, we're pretty lucky, I guess, at this age to be involved in it. You know, it'd be good to have it a year ago, but so lucky to have it now, kind of thing. You know.
Yeah.
We don't have to be like all the people who are helping with this that have been doing this for like decades, and they really had to work to find those connections, build those connections, stuff like that. So I don't know, it's something we should not like take for granted. You're looking up there. But yeah, it's good, and yeah, I'm glad to be involved with it. That's for sure. I feel like it's gonna hopefully be something that the next generation of local kind of film talent.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this benefits people coming out of high school and coming out of film school, and how it affects their career and how it can speed up the process. Because that initial phase of trying to meet people and get onto work is it can be a tenuous process.
Yeah, very stressful and very can make you very insecure and stuff like that.
What is the outro?
It's whatever we want it to be. All right. It looks like we're running out of time. So I want to thank Cael for joining us today.
That's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And I'll thank myself for, I guess, being here too, because we're co-hosts. So you're welcome. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to NEAM, Nebraska Entertainment Monthly, and we'll see you guys later.
Adios. Wow. Thank you, good sir.
Soy piche de Veracruz.
You didn't say that loud enough.
Soy piche de Veracruz.
All right, one more in the books.
Yeah.